Sex Saturdays is sponsored by Sex God Male Enhancement Capsules. Available in 50 capsules and 100 capsules. Shipped all throughout the United States as well as international. One flat fee. Also, Sex Goddess Female Enhancement Pills. Also in 50 capsules and 100 capsules. Very good to spice up the, your love life and your energy levels in the bedroom. Also, we have other products available on owlsherbs.com. Check them out today.
What's going on? What's going on? This is another episode of Sex Saturdays. Today we're going to be talking about the power of touch. Okay, primarily massages. Okay, massage. Um, the understanding of basically the power of touch. So this is something that's very, very important. A lot of people live, the 9 to 5 world is really brutal on most people. A lot of people struggle with self-care, whether it be that being single or just they don't really know about how to balance life, or the schedules, and might have children and stuff like that. Self-care is something that people struggle with. So I'm going to be talking about more of that as far as in the aspect of touch. Um, basically, primarily massages. Uh, I'm I myself am in a different location, obviously. Um, definitely feeling pretty good. Had a pretty good day. You know, I was actually in a tile store. Okay, if you know anything about floor and decor, it was a pretty good experience. Lot of nice flooring, walls, a lot of different designs. It was very, very nice. Well, that kind of goes into touch. This conversation is kind of, I'm kind of looking a little bougie, if in case you didn't know. And definitely the power of touch is kind of upscale. It's kind of elite. Okay, because let's be honest, let's not beat around the bush. Massages cost quite a bit of money. You know, you know, if you're struggling trying to pay for a haircut, haircuts are like what, 40, $50 nowadays. When I was young, I remember getting a haircut for $5. So you pretty much, you're not spending $60 on a massage for 30 minutes. You're not gonna do that, most likely. Most people are not. And I'm not gonna rattle on people and their money and all that. I'm not gonna even go in there. I'm gonna give you guys and gals a break today. But we all know that people don't really want to spend no money on no massage, right? you know that's part of self-care. But going back to the tile store, having to touch that marble, to touch those different stones, even to have that, when you come out of the shower or the tub, to have that touch of that marble floor on your feet, on the soles of your feet when you get out the shower. It just, the touch is just, it's not the same as any other type of flooring or any other type of surface. They got all kinds of different, flooring. I'm not gonna say I know all of them, but I definitely pretty much know that marble is like, pretty top tier. You got different types of marble. But yeah, when you get out the shower, if you're walking on that floor, and you walking on a marble floor, the experience, the feel of it, and it feels good. That's all and that's all that matters. And I definitely, I saw a a young thing in there that was looking pretty good. You know, I think I wouldn't be surprised that woman that I saw in that store, because I was in an area, up north, near. Because see, a lot of people don't know. I'll tell you. I'll put you up on the information, right? So there's a location where most of the athletes live, and even the agents, like the sports agents, they tell them where to go to live. They recommend, okay, this is where you go to live, okay, and that's pretty much the northern suburbs of Illinois. Now, that chick that I saw, as far as looks, probably about an 8 or a 9. Skinny. She was in the store. I don't know what she was buying. I don't know whatever, but um, that store is kind of upscale because see myself, I'm installing some tile myself. I'm not paying anybody to do it, so um, I have the equipment and everything. To have someone else install tile for you, it could be extremely expensive, and they'll you pretty much, it's safe to say they'll most likely do a good job. But having someone install, like, say for example, a bathroom, it's going to be pretty costly. So, and people pay that. I know somebody personally. I don't. His kitchen budget was my whole entire house budget. You know, just his kitchen budget. But the thing is this: I wouldn't be surprised, that woman that I saw, probably about 25, anywhere between 22, probably 28 years old. I wouldn't be surprised if that was one of the girlfriends of any one of those Bears players, any whatever, Sox, Cubs, Bulls, one of their girlfriends. I would not be surprised at all. I would not. I wouldn't even be shocked at all. That's what if that's what one of those players' girlfriend, and she had to look like uh, I don't want anybody to even look at me, because you damn well know I'm spoken for, and the person I'm spoken for is definitely paying me and taking care of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of remind me of my cousin a little bit. But needless to say, yeah, power of touch. Okay, power of touch. Right now, I'm basically touching on some stones. I don't know exactly what this type of stone is. I'm just, I was in the mall, was, taking care of some things. I bought some stones. Okay. Um, I'm kind of going back into some things that I used to do, and that's like kind of going into metaphysics and stuff like that. And definitely this kind of discussion kind of helps me with that. Now, the thing is that when it concerns the power of touch and why it's important, is people live hard lives. People live very, very hard lives. For example, I gave a woman a massage about a couple months back. She was a electrician, and I mean, she was more thrilled about that than the other things that was going on. She was more pleased by that than um, other aspects of what we were doing that night, and that was because she was devoid of touch. She was devoid of taking care of herself. I reminded her, you need to get regular massages. You need to take care of yourself. You'll be surprised, like how many men don't take care of themselves. That's a given. Men sacrifice a lot of things to you know build a life for themselves or maintain a life for themselves. But you wouldn't be surprised at all. You'll be surprised how many women don't take care of themselves, because men, basically women are living lives of men now. They've been doing that for a while now, and just like men, they're not taking care of themselves. And unfortunately, because they're not built like that, and even men are not really built like that, because men tend to expire quite early when they live very very tough lives if they don't retire at the right amount of time or whatever. Even if they do retire, it's just a tough life for a lot of guys. But women are definitely expiring a lot sooner because they're leading and living tough lives and doing the same things that men do, which is neglect their self care. Because, I mean, let's be honest. Like, I work too, and basically, part of working is preparing for the next day, and a lot of that revolves around basically getting some rest, getting ready to go back to work the next day. And a lot of that is neglectful or of what you need to do to take care of yourself a lot of times, um, especially if you're single. you know you don't have anybody to basically lighten the load. You basically live a situation where you're not taking care of yourself. You are devoid of touch, and you might be able to, like, a lot of times people think that sex is just the ultimate thing that they need. It's great, it's good to have, but it's not the ultimate thing you need. You need regular massages. You need regular, especially if you're sick, and a lot of people are sick. A lot of people have inflammation. You need to basically work that out. You need to get intensive massages, Swedish, you know, deep tissue massages to massage that inflammation out. Um, take certain things to, get that out. Acupuncture. I never had acupuncture. Um, I'm not sure about that, but that actually kind of goes into that too. That goes into that type of world where you know um, acupuncture, as far as I know, it helps you heal, I believe. Um, what that 100% involves. If you know more about it, um, you're welcome to basically comment about that, because I'm not very sure about that. I've never had acupuncture before, as well as I've heard of cupping. Okay, I've saw how that works or whatever. People talked about that in their experience with that. But yeah, a lot of people, have inflammation. They have, very, very tense muscles, nerves. That's also why a lot of people are uptight. A lot of people are uptight. A lot of people, they're uptight. They're, basically just ready to just pounce on anything that comes their way, anybody that comes their way, because basically they're uptight. They're ready to just pounce on anybody that comes their way, because their nerves It's too tense. They're too tense. I mean, myself. I do a lot of massages myself. You could work out the kinks yourself. You know, um, you could basically do certain self massages to yourself. I'm not saying you can do a full deep tissue massage for yourself, but you can work out the kinks yourself. You can, they got massage chairs. They have a lot of different things. I picked up this today. I got it, and it kind of inspired me to do this topic. I picked this up. This is like a roller. You can roll on your neck. You can roll on your head. This is like $5, $5, and it's worth. I mean, I could say that thing worth at least $50, because I mean, basically, you know, it does a lot of untensing of your muscles, your nerves. It helps, release a lot of that stuff. Me myself, right now, I'm going through metamorphosis as far as like I'm losing a lot of weight. Um, I'm basically getting to a point where it's like crazy. Like I mean, I'm like, okay, my goal was to be about 260, about lose about 260, not lose 260, but be at about 260. I was as heavy as 300 pounds, and I'm at 275. I weighed myself last night. I was at 275. So I'm losing a lot of weight, and you know, um, losing weight, man, is tripped out, because you start looking good when you start losing weight. It's almost like, I want to say, it's like you get a couple points. Like, whatever your scale is, because men have a scale too. It's the same. It's the same situation. Only thing is, men can get women, to a certain extent, even if they don't really look good. Like, they can crack jokes, they can be accommodating. A guy that's not really attractive. I've seen dudes that's not attractive and overweight get some nice, very nice looking women, and it's because a lot of times what they do is they either be very, very accommodating, meaning they try to do whatever they can to please the woman. They try to crack jokes, and they're paying. they're definitely paying. Oh, you need 1,500? Okay, I don't have 1,500, but I got 500. Hey, they do it, and they kind of feel like, okay, well, you can't squeeze blood from a turnip, and they do what they got to do. I myself am not that dude. I've never been that dude. I mean, um, even if, like, I've had situations where, I've had problems as far as dealing with certain women. They tried to kind of manipulate me to try to be like that, and then eventually that didn't work out. You know, um, it expired, because, see, a lot of times, here's the thing: a guy will be okay with doing that. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a lot of men that do that. That do all of what I just said. But what I'll say is, I'm not gonna say all of the men, but quite a few of the women that the men do that to, as far as be accommodated and all and whatnot, they they get a lot of reciprocation, meaning the woman is loyal to them. She cooks, she takes care of the children, she keeps up the house, she goes and does stuff for him. It's a give and take type of situation. It is men that they don't get no reciprocation and they still do that. You know, I'm the type of person I definitely, if I'm not getting that reciprocation and the scales are unbalanced, that's a problem. That's an immediate problem. But all of that aside, the power of touch is definitely something everybody needs. If you have children, you already know when they were babies, you had, if you're a really good parent. I myself, if massages, this is what I'll say. I Massages is something that I'm very good at, and I implemented that. That's one of the ways um, that I basically use as a toolkit, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm not the person that's trying to. I'm not the guy that's trying to, you know, we use in Latin, right? Uh, I'm not the I'm not the guy that is doing a whole bunch of cunnilingus. Okay, I'm not that guy that's all into that. But I am the guy that knows how the power of touch is, and I know how to use it. And I've used it for decades. And um, you know, guys out there that do know the power of touch, they work, they work a lot of magic, and the women absolutely love them. Like the guy on the thumbnail, that guy, you probably seen him on social media and all of that. Manuel Lustin, that's his name. That dude, man, I mean, women is the last problem he has. I mean, I can promise you that. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'll be forward and candid with you. It's been times that I've thought about being a massage therapist or whatever. I'm not 100% certain as far as the laws and what you can do. As far as I know, you can't call yourself certain things or whatever, but you can give someone a massage. You don't have to have any license, as far as I know, to give massages. Now, one of the reasons I did not want to go into that as far as professionally is because um, basically the aspect of kind of, in a sense, being a gigolo. And even, you dealing with different types of women, um, and just different people and all kind of stuff. I mean, if you making money, you giving massages, it's like all kinds of stuff. It's a mixed bag. You're dealing with services, you're dealing with, people, but both men and women. But as far as the women, you know, just imagine you got a wide range of women that you're attracted to, and they want more than a massage. Now what do you do? What do you do in that scenario? You do all kinds of stuff. And that's like, one of the things I was like, I know it's kind of like opening up Pandora's box. It's like, okay, you know, a man could say no. I mean, I'm not saying there's guys out there that's not saying no. I'm pretty sure it is. I don't know. Um, most of the guys I see giving massages, I mean, shit. Honestly, it's more into, just kind of, it goes there into that aspect. Um, and I ain't hating. I ain't knocking the game. I'm not knocking the hustle at all. I just myself, I know I'm good at doing that, but that's not something that I do professionally. And primarily, it's because I don't want to just be, out there like that. Like that's just me personally. But um, I thought about it. I thought about that as far as things. Should I do that? I think a lot of both men and women that do that for a living, they have a lot of stories, and I'm sure they probably have a lot of secrets. Because I mean, you gotta understand, it's certain women that are highly attractive, and it's like the woman I saw in the store. She wasn't really even to me that attractive like that. She was more like a trophy, looked like a trophy woman. um she really didn't have, like, it wasn't like she had a stripper body or anything like that. She was very skinny. She looked very good, but it wasn't like she, had a body like Buffy the Body or something like that. It was just, she just looked like, kind of like arm candy woman, like that. Like, and it's like, even then, she wants a massage. She wants you to come over at 8 o'clock, and you giving her a massage, you doing your job, you professional. And she leans over and tries to, basically take your pants down. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna push her head away? You know, the it could, what I'm saying? It's like, it's a lot of temptation in that, and it's like, I know most men, they probably would do, they would just go with that. And I, that's fine. I mean, like I said, that's just something that I thought about as far as how I would handle that. Because you open the doors with that. Like, a lot of times women, even if they have another man, or they could even be married, they they will try to deal with you sexually. And that's another conversation for another day. They'll try to deal with you and not tell you they're married, or they'll tell you, oh, he's out of town this weekend, or he's not here right now, he's at work, or all kind of stuff. And then, you open up to that, and then next thing you know, you running out the house with somebody chasing you with a shotgun. And it's like, because you were messing with somebody that wasn't telling you what was going on. That's one of the reasons why people get laid out. It's certain men think that their woman is their property, like, in a sense where if you take them, you're taking their property, you're stealing from them. And they'll shoot you over there. Now, the court system, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how the courts look at that, or how the judges look at that, how the jury look at that, how sentencing is looked at, as far as a man, quote unquote, kills another man or even woman in a crime of passion. I don't know. From what I hear, is that certain sentencing is a little light, because they consider crimes of passion something that a man, he's married or whatever, she defied marriage, or the confines of marriage. And I don't know. I mean, that's, like I said, someone that's a lawyer or a judge or whatever, that they know more about that as far as the sentencing and all of that. All you need to know is, you're going to be on the other side of that barrel, and you're going to be possibly running for your life if you can. Dealing with somebody that they ain't telling you that they got somebody else. They, sometimes people are suicidal, or they don't care, and they'll get you involved into something based off of them not caring anymore, or just a whim or a notion of something they're trying to do. They might be trying to get back at their husband or whoever, and you the person they trying to use as a catalyst for that. I just think about all kind of stuff like that, man. You know, I think about all kind of stuff like that. I know it's things you could do, like order a hotel room and then they gotta come to you. I know all kind of shit, man. But the end of the day, man, things go certain places. I mean, of course, you can control a lot of things on a certain level, but at the end of the day, man, um, I do know how to give massages. As far as if anything else, doing it professionally, I'm gonna tell you the reason why I think about doing it professionally is because I be wanting the money from it. It's not so much the sex or the opportunities for sex; it's the actual compensation that is very lucrative for me, as far as how I see it. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, that's another way that you can, the many ways that you can, obviously, get that type of situation if that's something that you've been struggling with. Like, for example, some people say, "Well, damn, if you have problems getting laid, just go fucking start an OnlyFans and start start having start having collabs with other OnlyFans chicks." I mean, that's certainly another conversation for another day. But kind of the massages is is kind of goes into that as well, but a little bit different because in essence, I mean, I don't know, man. It's that sex worker world. It opens all kind of things, all kind of doors because it's guys that get down in the OnlyFans world and stuff too, just like the women do. Some of the dudes that do massages do OnlyFans, and they're already getting paid for a massage. Um, they could even be like, okay, if you want to do that, that costs more. And the women will pay. The women definitely will probably pay. Now, that's going into being, basically a sex worker. The old term is gigolo, but that's like I say, that's not something I chose to do or whatever. But it's certainly like another option as far as, like, I mean, some dudes, they might have a problem getting laid or whatever. It kind of goes into the that type of thing. But you know, I'm not necessarily saying that's something you got to do or you should do. I just saying I didn't do it, and I'm expressing the reasons why I didn't chose that route. But there are massage therapists, even licensed massage therapists. They still have the same conundrum because we're talking about the power of touch. Just because someone has a license and they're a massage therapist doesn't eliminate how powerful touch is. You're still taking massages. When a lot of times when you touch a woman, I'll just say, I'm talking about women. I ain't thinking about touching dudes and all that. Like, I ain't really into all that. But basically, when you touch a woman, she gets aroused off top. You're opening different capillaries, nerves, your uneasy nerves. She feels relaxed. A lot of times, might even go to sleep. Feel extremely relaxed, and basically, she might even get wet. What I'm saying, down below, and her mind, the woman's mind, does not think like, oh, well, I'm just getting a massage. She wants more because that power of touch opens up all of that. I mean, basically, massages are. foreplay. That's considered foreplay. And in case you didn't know what foreplay was, I mean, look that up. I mean, but everybody probably should know what foreplay is. But that's what massages are. So when you're doing that, they're opening up. It's a warm up. So warm up exercise. It's a pre-sex exercise. So when you're doing that, they're opening up already. And then they're gonna want a lot of times more than just a massage. And it's like it goes into the whole thing. What do you do in that scenario? And you're a man, that a lot of times typically men think about sex more than women. Depends on on what's going on. Sometimes when women ovulate, they go crazy over sex. They think about sex more during that period of ovulating. So that's a factor involved in that. So yeah, I mean, that power of touch opens all of that up. Now again, a lot of women are not getting touched, just not. It costs technically money for you to get a massage. Women, they can get massages for free because they can offer the opportunity for sex. Like, I mean, this is it's an adult show, okay? If it goes a certain way, I'll make it 18 plus. But basically, I mean, it's probably gonna be 18 plus regardless because it's just the nature of the conversation. It just that's what it is. But the thing is that when it comes down to it, that's one of the ways that women open the opportunity for sex so they can get a free massage, and they're offering their sexual access to get a free massage. So I've I've had that happen. Usually it's not that it's not a situation unless they know unless you have a reputation or something like that. Most women that they don't know you, right? But when they find out over the course of a few sexual encounters that that's part of your foreplay is you give good massages, and they start liking that, and then they want more, and that's just part of what they want, you know. And then of course there's a bit of addiction to that because you give great massages and more. That's just one aspect of it. So you know that's it's just something that women do they do want, they do need, and a lot of times they don't get that. That's one of the powerful things about getting a man or even having a couple is you both give each other mutual massages. And then obviously you have spa days and you have spas. I promise you, I mean, even if I don't right now say um don't want to be freelance and just do that stuff myself, given the opportunity to get some capital, or if I have some capital, I will open a spa up. That's already pretty much one of the businesses that I want to have uh one day. As far as things, one of the things I want to have is a restaurant. A spa is like just one of those things also that I would like to have as well. Have a spa with saunas, maybe a jacuzzi room, and a massage, basically area. in a spa environment, basically. And all of that stuff, the build out and stuff, is kind of probably costly, very, very costly, you know. But depending on the area, some usually those types of places are in middle class, upper middle class neighborhoods, primarily upper middle class neighborhoods, or in between upper and middle class neighborhoods where I see spas. I don't see too many spas in the hood because people don't really have that much money in the hood like that. And a lot of people do neglect their self care and their health and stuff like that because money costs. To take care of yourself, a lot of times it does require some money. It requires a certain even lifestyle to take care of yourself. Like, what I mean by that is, if you're living check to check and stuff like that, if you're penny pinching because you're on survival mode, right? You probably more or less are going to reject or uh, neglect your self care, because you got in your mind, the human mind doesn't think, oh, I need to take care of myself. Common sense, you need to take care of yourself, but when you're in survival mode, meaning, let's just say, you got rent payments to pay, you got mortgages payments to pay, and you behind, you get in a survival mode to where you're in fight or flight. You're not thinking, oh, I need to go to a spa, I need to get a massage. You're not thinking that. Even if you know you should, you're not going to do it because you're in fight or flight mode. You're in survival mode. And a lot of people are in survival mode. And when you get out of that, you remember, okay, I remember it was rough and stuff like that, but I'm going to budget a spa appointment once a month. Rain, sleet, or shine, I'm going to give my budget. I'm going to buy the Broke Genius's budget that's in his description, and I'm going to add spa to that. I'm going to allocate $100 a month for a spa, for a massage and a spa treatment. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't absolutely even know how much those cost. I never forget, like, the job that I work, right. I basically moved to a different location or whatever in the building, and it was a binder left, a notebook left, and it was a woman, I guess, that was working there before I did, and I saw her entries in the notebook, and it said it was something about a spa, and it was like a dollar amount or whatever. I don't remember what it was, but she put that in there, like, okay, I need to go to the spa, and I need to pay this amount. And I mean, that's what you should do. If you have a budget and you have the money for the budget, at least once a month, treat yourself to a spa appointment. Women already know this. A lot of them do this. Some don't. Sometimes someone needs to tell you, yeah, it's good advice. Go take your budget and allocate at least $100 towards going to the spa to take care of yourself. And then what will happen is, a lot of times, this is the reason why people are uptight. People are rah, 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 because their nerves are uptight. They are, really on edge. They they're living hard lives because a lot of times you need a massage. You need to a massage is like your body's reset button. You need to nerves, soften your muscles, so you're not so uptight, so you loose and relaxed, and you're, it's like almost like the world is chaotic and everything like that, right? But it's rolling off of you. It's like, okay, the world uptight, and I know what's going on and everything like that, but I'm I'm loose, you know what I'm saying, like a fucking snake. You know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with this shit accordingly. And you still can be tough and everything like that and still be soft at the same time. You know, that's why this kind of goes into what I'm basically talking about is kind of like Eastern philosophy to a certain extent. Tai Chi, what I'm saying? Tai Chi, learn how to harness your chi and stuff like that. You know, learn how to, shadow box, shadow spar and all that, you know, just because you live in it, quote unquote. Like basically what I'm saying is this is real talk. Like even a man should have a soft life. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Even a man to a point, like if your life consists of, and definitely mine does, consist of putting in drywall, hanging in drywall on the ceilings, and doing all this stuff, and yeah, that's fine. But at the end of the day, you know, when the project done, go get you a massage. Have your woman give you a massage. You know what I'm saying? You can still, your muscles know what it needs to do. And still, like, you could go to the gym, workout. I went back in the gym today, or well, yesterday at this point, and I got me a workout in. And I was more like, it was crazy because, like, technically I'm gonna be honest, I haven't even been going to the gym a lot, but I still lost weight. I still um I posted something on my Facebook page, my Owls Herbs Facebook page, and I basically talked about the 1 2 3 punch, which is a conscientious diet, a diet aid, like something like some. A lot of times people take some Slim Fast. Slim Fast is like a diet aid. I mean, people used to take hydroxy cut. I used to take hydroxy cut a long time ago, back when I wasn't even selling herbs and stuff like that. You might take a Power Aid or a Gator Aid as like a diet aid or whatever. Some uh, coconut water, basically. These these things these things are diet aids. They're diet aids. And then also exercise. Good old fashioned exercise. I got these man boobs. If you probably notice, I gotta shrink these joints. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta shrink all this elastic muscle, this elastic tissue, of years of being overweight and all of that. I'm having a transformation. It feels great. It feels absolutely great. You know, people pay money to lose weight. People spend a lot of money, tens of thousands of dollars to get liposuction and all this other stuff. And to do it naturally. and especially at my age, unreal, man. I just, man, I can't say it enough. It's just unreal. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful experience, and I always say it's never too late to get your head out your ass. It's just never too late. And the thing is that when it comes back, going back to the power of touch, basically, I'm making me some tea. Um, a lot of people, I gotta go back again. People living too much hard lives, being basically uneasy. You know what I'm saying? Really uptight. You know, this is called tiger eye right here. This rock here. This is tiger eye. So, and then I got obsidian right here. This obsidian amethyst right here. I don't know what this one is, but you probably it's not jade, it's not emerald. Those are actually like really expensive. Emeralds actually, I think, not sure, but I think they cost more than diamonds now. You know, emeralds. A lot of Asians, they're into emeralds and jades. But nevertheless, yeah, the power of touch it's a powerful thing. Powerful thing. Very, very powerful. Very, very powerful thing. That's why a lot of women are uptight. That's why a lot of men are uptight. Their nerves are shot. And all you need, I mean, you don't, you'd have to have you just need the common sense of a house mouse to figure, damn, I do need to give my man some more massages. If you have one, if you're a man, oh damn, I need to give my woman regular massages. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of women don't like to be vulnerable. Not concerned about what men do. I mean, I'm not gonna cap. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of women do not want to be touched like that because they don't want to be vulnerable. When you start to open them up and you start to unease that hardness, they've been holding on to that hardness, and they know what you're doing. And a lot of them, they don't want to deal with the pain because it is painful when you have someone that has been uptight for so you talking people go decades without getting regular massages. To be honest, people go their whole life without getting regular massages, monthly massages. Some people get daily and weekly massages. The rich, the super elite, get massages through 2 or 3 times a day. I mean, usually they'll have someone come to their house and give them a massage at least once a day. They might be like, "Hey, can you come over later? I need you later." And they'll come. Just like you have guys that or elite people or rich people that, or I'll just say well to do people that basically have private shelves. They have private shelves. They have cleaners, and that's basically so they don't have to worry about doing those things. So they are more at ease. They get breaks. You know what I'm saying? They have time to think about other things than, damn, I gotta clean my whole goddamn house. I gotta cook dinner, you know, and I really can't cook that good. I want a nice 4-star, 5-star meal. I don't really want to go out like that. You know, a lot of times when you go out, when you elite like that, really you got an energy. So a lot of rich and wealthy people, well-to-do people, have an energy, and that energy is, yes, um, I'm different. You know, you could play, you can you could play that rap song. I'm different. I'm different. Like people know you different. They could pick up your energy. They could like, you know what I'm saying? Like people can tell like you different. They already know, like, oh, this dude. They'll be even looking like, there. Is this a, you know, is this somebody? Is this somebody like, you know what I'm saying? You know, everybody's trying to find somebody that is rich and famous, like, oh, so they can say, damn, I saw such and such out in the, you know, out and about. But you have a certain, you have a certain, let's just say, je ne sais quoi about yourself. You have the look, you have the expressions, you have the clothes. You know, I am somebody of importance. I have an air of appearance that I am important. Me and my woman is important, and I am important. And you can tell that by the energy, by the ease of conversation, the ease of expression on their face. You know, if you're really going into detail, looking at their skin, looking at their fingers, their fingernails, you know, certain ease of comfort. That person is well to do. They take care of themselves well. They live a well to do life. Most likely they do, because you can just tell it by the presence, by the look that they have on their face. And I'm not gonna lie, like that might be difficult for some people to comprehend. And it might even be difficult for people to get comfortable with. But a lot of times people don't appreciate things. I find myself really trying to focus in on that, appreciating what I have, appreciating opportunities. I always wanted a Cadillac. My granddaddy ain't never gave me the keys to the Cadillac, and like his grandson, go take the Cadillac. Go out and have a good time. Nah, my granddaddy was not coming off that Cadillac at all. My grandma, she'll sneak and let me get the Cadillac, you know what I'm saying? Or drive it with her, riding shotgun. My uncle wanted to give me his Cadillac, none of his Cadillacs or whatever. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy me a Cadillac. And that's what I did one day. I was like, you know, you got one life to live. Why am I still focusing on Cadillacs in my 40s? Just go get the fucking Cadillac and be done with the fucking shit. That's what I did. Just woke up, made the deal a couple days, woke up, got ready, you know what I'm saying? Um, Start driving. First, I was like, okay, let me go try to buy a fully, done Cadillac. It's already, a newer version or whatever. I couldn't really find nothing. So I was like, I just went on with the deal, and I got an old ass Cadillac. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, why do you make things such a big deal? Just go get the damn thing and be done with it. It's like, you know what I'm saying, like a damn bucket list item. Just get the shit and be done with it. Like, That's literally what I did. I was just like, hey, just go get the damn thing, man, and be done with it. And it's out of your, it's you know what I'm saying? It's no big deal. You got it already now. Cause I had when I was younger, I was in my early 20s and I won an auction for a Cadillac, but I didn't pick it up. Um, I got into some trouble, and then I you know what I'm saying, I couldn't get the car or whatever. I just like, no, just get the shit, man. Get a damn Cadillac, man. Just be done with the shit. just get the damn thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Just be done with it. Get the shit out the way. And then boom, you ain't gotta ask nobody. My granddad has already been gone like what, about 2 years now. He stopped buying Cadillacs after a certain time. He used to always get Cadillacs. You know, that one broke down, he get another one. You know, then he stopped buying Cadillacs. He's like, they got too expensive or whatever. He just stopped buying them because he used to buy them brand new. But you know, it's like, man, I mean, the thing is that, you know, it's just about living your life and appreciating things. You know, um, don't let anybody, like something as simple as that, just go and just get the shit. Stop asking people for stuff. Um, Stop wanting it. Just go get the shit. Just be done with it. You ain't got to get nothing brand new. My granddad had a Cadillac since I was a little boy, like 4 or 5 years old. And then he got like three or four more, and then he stopped getting Cadillacs. And then, you know what I'm saying? It's like a couple of my family members got Cadillacs, and it was like, okay, man, let me just go and get me one and just be done with this shit. It's like, you know, and what? And I'm not even really into collector cars and shit like that. I swear to God, I'm not. I don't even really like old cars like that. I ain't really, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really into that shit like that. But it's like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and get it done, man. You know, that's the American tradition. You go get you a car that's old as hell and you drive it around on Sundays. I mean, that's you know, that as far as I know, that's what the American tradition is. You know, get you an old ass car, and you drive it around on Sundays. But I'm not about to do that. I'm gonna be driving once I get it fixed. I'll be driving that damn thing whenever I can. And I'm gonna tell you something that's funny, right? This is hilarious. No, I'm all over the place, but I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna get back. I remember when I was young, 20s, early 20s. I was trying to get a Cadillac. My homie, he had an old rusty ass Lincoln Town car, and he, we were both had access to women that men would just, I mean, they would get in the ring probably and try to fight Mike Tyson again. And it's like you wouldn't believe the, I mean, just because young people at that time, if you had a car, that was a big deal. So if you had a rusty ass old Lincoln Town car, Cadillac or whatever, you still was the man because you was younger and you look good or whatever, you young. The young women, they want what they want, the men that look like them, that is youthful like them. So it's like you get, you don't even have to even try that hard. But the parameters now, it's different now because shoot, the young kids now, they want new cars. They'll steal a car to get a new car. Like standards is the young women now, man. I feel bad for these young guys, man. God dog. The music and all of that is programming these young kids that, because they listen to all this crap, right? The young kids, the young dudes now, they listening to women talking about they want Birkin bags and designer and stuff like that. When I was in my 20s, I mean, they had that same stuff, but all you needed was a car that rolled four wheels and it was able to keep driving down the street. It didn't matter. It could be rusted. It could have, man, I remember one of my homies, some of my best friends gave me a car. Just gave me a car. Here you go. One of the cars I had was an 86 Grand Prix. And I ain't even had no license. It was just, I was just driving around, no license. It was my first stick shift. I got caught and then I had to go get my license. Fortunately, the judge threw it out, showed my license. Okay, I got my license. But the other car it was like a Buick. And my homie gave me the car. And he was a friend through another friend. And the car, the key didn't work. You had to plug the wires to get it to start. I know this is crazy, man. But the car wasn't stolen or nothing. I mean, it just the key was messed up. But I still was able to pull chicks, even not having a nice luxury car or anything like that. But now these young guys, because they listening to what women talking about, they get ridiculed because they don't have these things that women want and they're talking about. So the young guys, they're trying to get new this designer this. They trying to buy all of these different things. And then the rappers are talking about, basically tricking on women. So I feel bad for these young guys now because they not all gonna be gamed up to the point where they just understand, don't listen to that. The women still get dudes that sell weed and that ride the train. They still giving them access and they don't even have a car. They just saying that because that's just what they're saying. They not being 100% truthful for you. They saying you gotta have a car and all that, but they're sleeping with the weed man that rides the train everywhere he gotta go and the bus, and you don't know that. It's like I'm just what I'm saying, I'm trying. You'll be surprised. It's not like it's like it's all in what about confidence and a lot of different things as far as just being like, hey, you gotta like me just how I am. And you ain't even got to. I'm already liked. I have a reputation, you know, whatever I got, and I'm the man. Because my thing is like, even when you have a raggedy car, right? When I was in my 20s, I was still dressed good. When I got out the car, you don't take your car with you when you out the car. You walking around, you got a nice outfit on, you smell good, look good. That's what women look at. It's not, okay, your car, you know what I'm saying? They don't even know you got a car. You know what I'm saying? They see the man outside the car. But all that being said, the power of touch, knowing how to touch pressure points, knowing where the pressure points is, knowing how to give massages. It's really easy. Just watch massage videos, watch the different dudes giving massages. They'll show you how you're supposed to get it done. But you got free PDFs online how to massage, how to start, massage, pressure points and trouble areas and stuff like that, how to give a massage. And you could just start from there. And I would say no less than probably a year to a couple years, you're going to start getting better at it. And then you're gonna start having babies. Because that's what's gonna happen to you. Because the power of touch opens all of that up. It opens. It's like having a key to the lock. Because most people, okay, you gotta understand how much does a massage cost? It costs just the same amount that probably you would have to pay to get a low cheap escort, and you just using your touch. Because the power of touch, it helps heal you, it helps heal inflammation, it helps deal with inflammation, um it helps lower blood pressure, it releases certain blood clots. Some people have blood clots. Well, guess what? A deep tissue massage can help relieve blood clots, help relieve vein issues. It's very, very powerful. You have nerve issues and stuff like that. Power touch relieves that. It's therapeutic. It's like medicine. It's like therapy. It's like you know uh what do they call it? Occupational therapy or physical therapy. It's like physical therapy. And people are sensitive to touch. So I mean, basically, people like the sensation of touch in certain pressure points and pleasure points and stuff like that. And it's really, really um arousing as well. Even if you just use it just as a tool to, you might not be the best comedian, but you give great massages, and then that opens them up to, you know you being basically, you know the man in that department. And that goes into some other things. I'm gonna probably get there later, as far as talking about certain other things and the aspect of actual sexual intercourse and stuff like that. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. This is just the second week of this, and I'm definitely, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of, you know, people. I can see people are absorbing this content and they're getting ideas for new content, because people don't want to. People beating around the bush. I was driving over here today, and I was listening to Erica Badu. I think Erica Badu is from Louisiana. Um, I believe. I'm not sure. And down in Louisiana, basically all that area in the Louisiana Purchase, those are the French. There's a French origin story down there. They're historically French. So all of the names and stuff like that, like, are French names and stuff. So the French are more into passion, into love, into sex. They're more open towards sex. The English are more reserved. Not saying that they can't have, they more reserved and formal and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And their expressions are kind of closed door, secret, type stuff. Not saying the French ain't like that either. They're European, so they have the same type of stuff, but the French are typically more open to things. And historically, Louisiana itself, and a lot of those different, like, places like Alabama and stuff, but definitely Louisiana. I'm not sure what the story as far as Alabama is, but I do know in Louisiana, the French Quarter, where a lot of prostitutes and stuff were, and I don't know if they still there. They probably are. Um, there's an origin story with Louisiana where Frenchmen were. I think the story goes, people were they were given freedom from prison in France, and basically they were, in order, part of the release from being imprisoned in France, they had to marry a prostitute and go move to the Americas and move to Louisiana. That's why you have a lot of women that historically they know that, that story, and even their grandmothers, might have been in that story where they were prostitutes, or it might even came from a long line of women that were prostitutes. And it's a lot of women down there, a lot, both men and women are more comfortable with expressing themselves sexually, or even having sex is more um, kind of easier, or let's just say more open, down there than other places, because other places tend to be more formal and stuff like that. And New York is kind of wild. New York, people, I've seen stuff where people having sex on a train outside, because it's a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people. I don't know. I mean, I've I've seen some stuff in Chicago, but primarily it was in some. It was always, for the most part. Well, no, I it was like, usually it was somebody in a car. But I remember going to a beach with one of my ex-girlfriends years ago, and it was at night, and it was this beach, and everybody, it was just a place where everybody met up to have sex. It was literally an orgy. Like, I always say, I've never been in an orgy. I'm kind of lying, because when I went to that beach, literally a whole bunch of people was there, and they were having sex. I'll tell you a funny story. Like, so we was walking, and you know what I'm saying, he was talking about some things. She was pregnant at the time, um, with my baby. Now, we just was like noticing everybody was there getting it on, where we was walking on the beach. This is Lake Michigan. It was like around South Shore, and it was like a couple that pulled up in a parking lot. And then when we start walking, we were about 50 yards from them. And then all of a sudden the chick gets out, and she's giving the dude head. And then we start walking even further. She bent over, the dude drilling, from the back. And I'm like, damn. So I mean, that was a meetup spot. I had no idea that was, but um it was it was like a situation where, yeah, I guess that would qualify for some type of like orgy, but I wasn't involved. I mean, um, but yeah, you know, um, it goes down, but I mean, it's like not not as far as what I seen in New York, where somebody on the train. I mean, it might have been stories like that. I don't necessarily say that I took the train like that, like the CTA train, the Chicago Transit Authority. It was moments in time where I've took the train. I was working somewhere. I was taking the train regularly, and then I would always get me a car, because see, the thing with me is I know how to work on cars. I know about cars, so I can. It ain't no things for me to get a car that's $500 that don't run, and then go out and get a part or whatever and get it fixed. You know what I'm saying? Put some money into it later. But I've done that plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? So I get me a car, and kind of get back in the game, within about a month or two. Like, I'll probably, get a car like after about the first check or the second check, at the very least. Back in the day when I had my, when I was struggling and stuff. But I'm trying to think of anything else I need to say as far as and relates to the power of touch. Um, really can't think of anything else I would say that is important that you should know in relation to the power of touch. All I can say is that it is definitely something that's very, very powerful and very important. And the benefit, that's one of the biggest benefit of having another a partner, another woman by your side, or a woman having a man, because the power of touch is really, really powerful as far as non-sexually speaking. It's probably the most powerful part of a relationship or intimacy, because even it's not intimate related, it's just, as far as just overall health, it is very, very beneficial. you know like I said, all of the health issues that can be helped by regular massages, um just even being less uptight, just your overall mental health can be drastically improved by intensive therapy sessions, massage therapy sessions, or whatever. Um, just your overall, outlook in life just can be changed with that. So, I mean, with that being said, the power of touch is definitely something that's very, very powerful. I wouldn't take it any other way as far as when it comes to getting massages. I think that you should try to schedule at least every month to get a massage. And I know it's men that buy women, okay, buy pussy and all of that. I mean, I'm not against that either way. Um, certainly as women that sell massages and they also sell sex. I mean, that's your business. Whatever you wanna do, you know what I'm saying? You're an adult, you can do that. Me personally, I would say I would probably go to like either a massage place, like, or whatever, a spa, something like that. And I'm a lead to a funny story, because I know you probably already, your head already went there. Deshaun Watson, right? And I'm gonna leave you with this story here with the power of touch. So we all know what happened with the story with Deshaun Watson, and then the massages that he was getting, right? And him being young and dumb, and the rest, right? It wasn't to his advantage, because he was so wealthy, or not. I don't want to say wealthy. I'll say rich. He's so rich. Going to a massage there parlor, in this relation, it's related to what I was saying, as far as the women that offering sex and massages. When you going around women that are, let's just say, more close to poverty than you are, by a landslide, right? And they know how much money you have. They can Google you. They know, they might not even know about football like that, but the power of the internet and Google and everything, they know who you are, and they can see, okay, you signed this contract, this, the, you know, to a certain extent, if you know you like regular massages, like that, it's in your best interest to it on a certain level. And you had situations where even another NFL player, he got into it with a woman that was coming to his house. Remember, I said people come to their house, and she was dressing provocative because she was trying to entice the man to have, intercourse with her along with the massages. It comes to a certain point as a man on a certain financial level that you have to kind of go into getting a woman that basically caters to you like that. Instead of you having to call to get somebody to give you a massage, which is very intimate, very powerful. That's why we're talking about this, the power of touch. It is essential for you to, I don't care what you got to do. Like, if you got to go to the fucking hills of Zimbabwe to just get a woman to come to, come over to marry you legally or whatever, so she can her job primarily is to give you massages and also other things, but that's her job. Because when you get to a certain level, it's like you really can't go to certain places like that. It's you can, but it's really complicated because you're around. It's like going to Burger King every day, knowing damn well you a millionaire or billionaire, and everybody know you a millionaire and billionaire. So Warren Buffett goes to McDonald's. The people there, they probably, McDonald's he go to, they know who he is, whatever. But if he going to McDonald's somewhere else, don't nobody know who Warren Buffett is. Very few people know who Warren Buffett is. Even him being rich and famous and all of that, they don't know who he is. The average, whatever, 18-year-old that work at McDonald's that really don't and not into the financial world like that, they don't know who he is. Just an old white guy that's trying to get McDonald's just like the other people. But they do know probably who Deshaun Watson is, or this other, CJ Stroud or somebody else. They know who those people are. And it's just like when you trying to go to people that get paid less than, whatever, a certain amount, they're looking for a way out of that. They're looking for more money, and you're that ticket. So to a certain extent, um, you really supposed to have your wife give you a massage at a certain level, a certain point, or shit, you have two wives. I gotta go, man. I'm up out of here, man. I gotta go.